Guys, welcome to episode 1 of a new series for Unreal Engine 5 called Evolving Game Series. Now, in this episode, we are going to create our project using the third person template, and then we're going to talk a little bit about what you can expect from this series going forward. So, let's jump right into creating the project. We have launched Unreal Engine 5, selected games, and we're going to select our third person template. And we're going to leave all of these settings at its default settings. Project location is Unreal Projects on my D drive. And then we have our project name as Evolving Game Series. So let's hit create and get this thing going. So here we are in our newly created project. Now let's take a few minutes just to talk about what you can expect from this series. This series is going to be aimed at more of an intermediate level of user for Unreal Engine. It's not to say that beginners aren't going to be able to follow this step by step, because you absolutely will. I won't do any crazy video edits that won't show you how to do a particular thing. And I will give little tips and tricks here and there as we go throughout each episode. But I do highly suggest that if it's your first time using the engine, to just go do a search on YouTube for like beginner basics in Unreal Engine 5 and watch those videos, get yourself familiar with how to navigate the engine, and then you can come back here and go through this series. So with that being said, I am going to make a little change here to the content browser. I do like to dock it in the layout here. So we're calling this the Evolving Game Series because each episode we are going to add some type of system or component to this third person template. Those systems and components will be things that are probably in the majority of video games, right? Like most video games have some type of health component in the game. So more than likely the next episode will probably go through explaining how to add a health component to this third person character. So as of right now, let's just do a little bit of cleanup, just some things I kind of like to do when I'm starting a project. We will leave this characters folder. This characters folder is where our mannequins exist for the player and the animations, things like that, the rigs, the textures for the character in Unreal Engine 5, which let's just hit play. Here we go right here. This is our character. So in that character folder down there, that's where the models for this exist, the textures, the animations, things like that. We will hit Shift Escape to get out of this rather than just escape. Shift Escape out. Let's close that down. We will also leave the level prototyping. This is just some basic grid textures and things that you see in here for prototyping levels. Some basic meshes. This could come in handy later as we're going through and advancing our map here a little bit. Now, third person folder, I do want to make a change here. We're going to drag this blueprint folder to the content folder. Select move here. Select yes. And then we are going to drag the map folder also to the content folder. Move here. Select yes. And we will right click here on content, fix up redirectors and folders. This just kind of cleans up everything because of us moving things around. Now we don't need any of this. Let's see if we can delete this. Okay. So now we just have a content folder here that directly goes into our blueprint folder, which now contains our third person character and our default game mode. Then we have a characters folder that houses all the models and animations and everything for our characters, level prototyping folder, and then our maps folder, which contains this third person map that comes with the third person template. All right, let's see what else can we do. Another little thing I like to do when I start a project is So if let's just go to blueprints. If you were to double click on this character to open it up, see how it opens it up in a different window. Now it's easy enough to take this, drag it by the tab, and dock it up here at the top. But what I like to do is just come in here to edit, editor preferences, and then right here under user interface, asset editor open location, instead of default, I select main window. Now, what this does is every time you open up one of these files, it will automatically dock it up here in the main window. And we are just going to hit save all there just to make sure we're good. So that is it for getting started in this template. Like I said, each episode is going to add something new to this template. So if you guys want to see certain features added to this, by all means, leave me a comment. Let me know what you would like to see. We're going to add some things that I have in mind, and then we can absolutely add things that you guys request. I want this to be more of a learning experience for everybody. We are primarily going to be dealing with Blueprint. So if you do start a new project and you're selecting C++, you're not going to be doing any C++ coding here, and probably won't ever do that on this channel. We are going to strictly remain making games with blueprints only. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next episode.